Does your partner know your every move?
That's not love, that's your own private detective wearing a romantic mask.
The controller in a relationship. How to spot a cage wrapped in sweet words. A controller is someone who hides their hunger for control behind the phrase, "I'm just taking care of you."
Like a personal map maker who insists on choosing your route.
Today, we'll break down how a controller operates, the traps they set, and how to protect yourself.
Because it's better to have dinner with friends than give minute-by-minute reports. Let's go.
A controller in a relationship wants to manage not only your actions, but also your thoughts, even your most subtle emotions. It's as if they have a rule book you never signed, but are somehow expected to follow.
Like your personal dispatcher who doesn't believe in weekends or vacations, on call 24/7, and the best part, they think this job is theirs for life.
Behind that urge lies a deep fear of losing control, power, or appearing vulnerable, like someone afraid the light will go out in the room, so they follow you around holding the switch.
That's why they check your phone more often than you check the week's weather forecast. And yes, they have their own weather station, your life in live broadcast mode.
In real life, it looks like this. They suggest what you should wear to work, worry if you go out without them, or happen to remind you that yesterday you wore the red dress, so today you should probably go for blue.
And of course, they accidentally end up in your chats just because they were curious. And they'll always add, "You know I'm not snooping, I just happened to see it."
They justify it with care. "I just want to make sure you're safe." But in reality, it's not about your safety. It's about their anxiety disguised as concern.
It's about wanting to be the director of your life, without you allowed to edit the script. And if you improvise, the scene is cut.
A controller isn't always aggressive. Often they're sweet, caring, pleasant. But that care becomes the golden chains that tie your hands and feet. And the most dangerous part? Sometimes those chains have bows on them.
Like the producer of your life's TV series, except you don't get a say in the script. And if you improvise, the scene is cut.
They want you dependent on their approval. Your freedom is a threat they must neutralize.
That's why they help you choose your friends, because I know better who you should be around. And they're always shocked you react strangely to that help.
This isn't love. It's control, dressed in nice words and smiles, like a cake that's made of stone inside.
Sometimes they even remember your friends' birthdays, just to keep tabs on who's in your life, or to accidentally show up.
All of these are part of a subtle psychological trap, fueled by their inner insecurity. They're afraid that if they're not the center of your life, you'll find someone more interesting.
They're not a hero in a cape, they're a hero carrying handcuffs, and they gift them to you as a symbol of care.
A controller reveals themselves through their words and actions. Here are the most obvious red flags to watch out for.
Red flag number 1. I just want to know you're safe. Translation, report back immediately and without delay.
Scene, you're heading to meet friends. They say, "Are you sure you want to go? It's boring there. No one to talk to."
Translation, I don't want you there without me, even if it's more fun.
This is manipulation. It plays on your empathy while eroding your independence.
Another red flag, they sulk if you don't tell them every single detail. What, you don't trust me?
Or, "Send me your location so I can relax," followed by 15 messages an hour asking who, what, where.
That's not care, that's their personal thriller with you as the main suspect.
Another signal, they joke about your friends. "Your friend is kind of weird, isn't she?"
Translation, I want you to talk to me, only me, period.
That's classic isolation, slowly pulling you away from others so you become theirs.
And the worst part, you start justifying yourself for simply living your life.
This is not normal. A controller undermines your self-esteem so they can keep control.
Think it's no big deal? Think again. These are the opening scenes of their script.
If you allow it today, tomorrow they'll control every step, and soon your thoughts will sound like their voice. Picture this. You come home late from work. They're sitting on the couch scrolling through your phone.
Why so late? I was getting worried something happened.
I told you I had to stay late. Everything's fine.
You told me, but didn't explain why so long. You could have been clearer.
You feel guilty, even though you were just working.
Their talent, turning an ordinary day into a drama.
A few days later, you're at a party. They text.
When will you be home? Send me your location so I won't worry.
I'm just with friends. Why do you need that?
If you can't send it, maybe you're hiding something.
You feel like you're on a leash.
Welcome to the show. Where have you been for the last 15 minutes?
A week later, they say,
Give me your social media passwords. I want to see what you're doing there.
That's my private space. Why would you need my password?
If you love me, you have nothing to hide.
You wonder if that's really about trust, but inside, you feel uneasy.
One day, you notice they check your phone while you're asleep, quietly, like they've practiced.
That's not care. That's a cage they're building around you step by step.
And you're not a bird meant to sing in their cage.
You start noticing. They comment on your plans, advise you to avoid certain people.
You shouldn't see that friend so often. She's a bad influence.
But she's my best friend. We've always been close.
I just want you around people who are right for you.
That's not advice. It's isolation, an attempt to cut you off from those who could open your eyes.
Their dream, just you, them, and no extras.
How to spot a controller? On the first date, they're overly interested in your plans, friends, and schedule, like a detective.
If they know yesterday's details better than you do, that's not a compliment. It's a red flag.
In relationships, you must set boundaries. Clearly say, I'm not comfortable with you reading my messages without permission.
And don't fall for, I'm just caring for you. That's not love. That's the script of a bad series.
What not to do? Don't try to save the controller. Their need for control isn't your responsibility.
Your social media posts won't cure their fears. Trust me.
If you feel like you're losing yourself, don't hesitate to talk to friends, family, or a therapist.
Your freedom isn't a bargaining chip. You have the right to be yourself.
Don't be afraid to say no. A controller fears your strength more than you fear their pressure. A controller promises love but builds a cage from sweet words.
You deserve a relationship where you're a partner, not an object under surveillance.
You're not alone. There are many controllers, but you can learn to spot them.
And this is just one type. The next one's even more interesting. Subscribe, because without humor, this is hard to get through.